Want an easy way to add more sensory experiences to your menu? Here's an idea. Sugar Foods Crunchy Toppings. It's simple. Sprinkle them on your salads, burgers, bowls, and whatever else you fancy. And just like that, you've elevated the dish. From crunchy jalapenos, fried onions, crunchy dillies, wontons, tortilla strips, to classic crouton crumbles and more. These flavor-packed Crispies could be your menu's next superpower. So get crunching. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.
A new survey sheds light on the favorite restaurant brands of teens. Portillo's is offering up more details on its upcoming breakfast test. Hint, there will be donuts. And this year's Pacesetter Award goes to fast-growing Dave's Hot Chicken. Welcome to Restaurant Daily, a quick rundown of the day's top industry news from the editors of Nation's Restaurant News and Restaurant Business. I'm RB Managing Editor Heather Lally.
And I'm NRN Managing Editor Leanne Zinsmeister. Teenagers still very much prefer Starbucks for their coffee and beverage needs, though the percentage of those consumers indicating as much fell by 6 points from the fall. That's according to Piper Sandler's latest Taking Stock with Teens survey. Chick-fil-A and McDonald's remain their top two favorites, respectively. Perhaps the most telling data from the survey is that teenager spending was up 6% year over year, but their economic outlook is pessimistic, with 59% expecting the economy will take a turn for the worse, and just 19% believing that it will get better. Teens spend nearly a quarter of their money on food.
Portillo's is partnering with Chicago brand Stan's Doughnuts and Metropolis Coffee in a 5-store breakfast test in the Chicago area that starts April 15th. Known for its menu of Chicago-style hot dogs and beef sandwiches, Portillo's will be introducing breakfast service for the first time in its 62-year history. The menu includes egg sandwiches and cake donuts, as well as coffee.
The 2025 Pacesetter Award goes to one of the fastest growing fast casual concepts in the country, Dave's Hot Chicken. The Los Angeles-based chain was celebrated on Sunday night at the Restaurant Leadership Conference in Phoenix, hosted by Restaurant Business and parent company Informa. Born as a pop-up in a Los Angeles parking lot in 2017, the concept has grown to nearly 300 units, mostly franchised, and is known for its Nashville hot chicken tenders, sandwiches, now with chicken mini sliders, with investors that include Drake, Usher, and Samuel L. Jackson.
About those mini sliders, Dave's on Tuesday is adding them to the menu, with 4 sliders marketed as either a portion for 1 or a portion for 4 people on GLP-1 drugs. For a limited time, the slider boxes will come with a prescription label for, quote, Dave Zempic.
The founders of Topgolf and Pet Shack are launching yet another concept in the food and games category. Steve and Dave Joliffe have raised $34 million for the creation of Pool House, a concept that promises to revolutionize the game of pool with similar smart ball technology that's used at the golf concepts. Pool House is scheduled to launch first in London, with a U.S. location coming in 2026, though the market where it will open has not yet been revealed.
A startup that uses AI to help restaurants predict sales and reduce food waste has raised $3.8 million. ClearCogs was co-founded by a former Jimmy John's franchisee. It says its AI-powered forecasts allow restaurants to optimize food prep, ordering, and staffing so they can operate more profitably. The company plans to use the capital to develop its technology and add more customers.
Potbelly will add a steak sandwich to its permanent menu for the first time beginning today, launching the primetime rib sandwich at participating locations. This sandwich comes on the heels of Potbelly's pork-based introductions last year, including the Cubano and Sweet Heat Pork Barbecue, and was tested through the chain's new stage-gate process. During a recent interview, CEO Bob Wright said that the pork sandwiches have contributed to positive sales and market share gains, and added that more menu innovations are expected this year.
And that will do it for today's edition of Restaurant Daily. I'm Heather Lally.
And I'm Leanne Zinsmeister. Have a great day.
Thank you for listening to today's episode of Restaurant Daily. Rate us on Apple Podcasts, Spotify, and subscribe. Want an easy way to add contrast to your menu? Add Sugar Foods crunchy toppings to your salads, burgers, bowls, and more. From crispy onions and crunchy jalapenos to wontons and then some. These toppings could be your new superpower. Check out the full lineup at sugarfoods.com.